Hi everyone, it's Shalon Lazelle. I hope that you are all doing well and doing great things. I just wanted to say thank you for your continued support, your continued encouragement. It means so much to me, and I am truly grateful for the support, for the love, the comments, everything that has been shown to me since I started doing these videos. So I wanted to start with just recapping what we talked about last time. This video in particular will be an extension of the last question. Who are you? We talked about looking at who you are and taking a deeper look into that and evaluating things that you like and how it adds value to your life, to yourself, to your situation. And so I hope that you were able to do that. It's definitely not something that it may be easy for some because many people may not know who they are, and it takes some time to figure it out. So if you feel like you thought about it, you have no clue, don't worry. You've got time. And truly, if you're going to take a look at and evaluate your likes, things that you like to do, I would say take your time with it. It's not going to come overnight. And so be okay with that. It's okay, that it may take you longer. This video, as I said, is an extension of that. And what I want now for you to look at is things that you don't like, whether or not you're willing to say no and stand for not doing something that you don't want to do. So take some time, write it down in your journal, on your computer, and think about things that you're doing that you may not necessarily want to do or like to do. Think about why you're doing it and evaluate whether or not that can be changed. So if you're doing something that you don't want to do you feel obligated to do it? Is someone else expecting you to do it and they're placing that pressure on you? Definitely, if you feel like you are doing something and you don't necessarily want to do it or like to do it, I want you to think about that and 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 ask yourself, can you say no? Saying no to someone's question or somebody's want of you is definitely easier said than done. As I said, you may have some obligations, you may have some pressure to do things. It could be from family members, it could be from your situation. Maybe you were handed this in life and it's just something that you have to continue on. So, I'm always cautious when I tell people or when I encourage people to make changes because you definitely have to assess the consequences of your actions, your decisions. And so I want you to, before you make any rash changes, evaluate your situation, evaluate whether or not you're doing something. If you have a partner and, you tell them that you don't want to do something, I think that should be definitely a sit down conversation where you can talk about and explain why you don't want to do whatever it is that you're doing or how it's making it more difficult for you. And hopefully you have a partner who responds to that. That's what relationships are about, being able to come as your own person, and then meshing that together with your partner, everything working together, making those changes And, you can't stay the same in a relationship and expect it to continue on. There's going to be times where you lean on one another. One person may be stronger at one point and then the other, may be weaker. And so you have to be able to shift and make those shifts and be able to speak up. And so hopefully you have a partner who's willing to listen to you, and y'all can go through the journey together. But I want you to look at saying no from a different perspective, as a point of self-protection. As I said, many of us are saying yes when we should be saying no. Are you giving someone the benefit of the doubt? Are you trying to please someone? And if you are, what are you gaining from that? If you're pleasing someone, are you losing yourself in that? I want you to think about that. There, of course, is no judgment here. I certainly have said yes plenty of times where I've said no, and had to deal with many of the consequences. And I think, I honestly feel like there's some strength that has to be involved in that. And that's going to be another video. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I don't want to keep you too long. I know you all are busy. And so there's no judgment for sure. I would say I've said yes way too many times and not necessarily protected myself. And I just did it because I felt pressured, I felt obligated. And so I want you to think about that and take that into consideration. How far are you willing to go to protect yourself? Again, easier said than done, for sure. That definitely is another video. And so I just want you to, right now, what I want you to do is take a look at what you don't like to do. We're just going to leave it at that. If you are truly practicing self-love, we have to know who we are, right? And so that's the reason for asking the question. And I believe that if we take these steps, that will get us to completely knowing who we are and loving ourselves wholly and completely. So, if you got a journal or if you're writing these things down in the computer, I want you to write about what you like, what you don't like, and take some time to evaluate it. Again, you've got time. This is not something that will come to you overnight. So please don't feel like, if everything doesn't come to you, in a week's time or whatever, that you're not making progress. I feel like you're making progress just by asking the question. The answers may be revealed in short time, but they may not. It may take you quite some time. I know it took me quite some time. I had to strip away everything that I identified with. And, it was not clear at first. I had to do a lot of work. And so if finding out who you are, if you feel like it's taking you longer than it should, just be patient. It's going to come. So with that being said, I want you to, again, expand on finding out who you are and asking yourself, who is, insert your name, and writing down things that you don't like to do. You can take it a step further and assess what you're doing currently in your life right now that is not adding value to your life, and assess why you're doing it. Take that time to be okay with asking the question. Sometimes we have to be okay. You have to be given permission to do things. And so I'm telling you, it's okay to ask the questions. If you are in a long-term relationship, or even if you're in a short-term relationship, or you've just started a relationship, hopefully you've already done this. But I know for sure for me, it wasn't until after my divorce where I started asking those questions and evaluating it. So 10 minutes is up. I again thank you for your time. Certainly more videos to come. I will send out probably a short video on Instagram or something just to recap. And so that way, if you don't have time to watch the entire video, which I hope so. I hope if you're truly working on yourself and taking this seriously that you watch the entire video. So I pray that all is well in your life and that you continue to be blessed. I again thank you for your support and your acknowledgement of my work, and hope you have a blessed week. Until next time, I wish you all the best. All right, take care.